Cards up.
Oh. Morning, Dallas. I don't have time to go through my clean myself up and get my clothes on before you woke up.
I'm sorry, what? I just zoned out a minute there.
Get a shower. Sounds like we're out of hyperdrive. I'll be out there getting myself a coffee. Morning. Venturo Delon, Venturo Delon, Venturo Delon.
More drink to start off the day?
Yeah, I assume you are the one I asked for coffee. Or do I need to go to chef?
My coffee's not as good as the ones they have down at the caf, but I can make you some.
Okay, I'll ask him then. That's fine.
Alright, well. If I can get you anything else, I got some breakfast meals in here. Probably not as good as the stuff they got over there, but...
I can use the walk before. More used to that anyway.
Alright. Have a good morning.
You too. Morning.
Good morning. Pardon me.
Excuse me. I have to adjust my eyes. This way. Huh. Plus one. Back to just normal space, huh? Morning.
Yes, take a seat, take a seat. I'm preparing some nice food for everybody.
Hmm?
Okay.
Morning.
Guys.
Sorry, for some reason everyone's really quiet in here. Were you saying something?
Just a little bit.
Oh, it was Ven, right?
Yes, you can just call me then.
Yes, for my request. I wish to see spiritual.
I'm trying to remember everybody's names as well.
I thought that was supposed to be confiscated.
Its range has been negated. It's gonna sit down then, I guess. Morning.
Morning.
Venturo Delon. Get the accent in. Get the accent in. It is so hard to not to have the accent. What? Aren't those decorative?
Did he just cut? You know what? I'm not surprised at this rate.
I assume he knows what he's doing. I mean, he should. He's been hired here after all.
He's the chef.
Please. I need absolute silence. So
Just stretching.
I need absolute silence.
No. Let him cook.
Time. I'm creating my most powerful day.
Detecting.
Please.
Let him cook.
Absolute silence.
Perhaps next time.
Scanner is saying that there is trace amounts of inorganic material in your bloodstream. What? I beg your pardon? It was a fairly simple request. This is fair. My apologies.
Ruined it. Ruined everything.
You ruined my breakfast. My apologies. I should show myself. Good night. I just want my food.
There is a plate, and on the plate is a sugar cube size cube. Way smaller than anything you put in.
The visor absorbs it. I've never tasted anything like this.
Oh good, you're awake
No. Morning shift.
Slept in.
No, just waiting. I'm waiting for my breakfast. It seems chef is quite busy.
I came here to do the same.
Thank you, appreciate it. Cereal block for everyone.
This is the most perfect, efficient meal I've ever eaten. My 3 days of
That's
thinking.
why they hired me.
Astonishing.
That is indeed why they hired me. One cereal block for you.
Mhm.
You didn't.
I also want a
request
coffee if possible. Please.
Even the captain said please. Glue upon it. Who's done this?
Not again.
Who has glued my mugs?
Well, think. What departments have access to glue?
Glue is very generally used, so all of them.
Imagine it would be more engineering things to have an adhesive around.
Yes.
Morning, Tashir.
Coming through, hot stuff coming through, and I don't mean the coffee. Hey.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, everybody take
Morning.
a seat. Security. Enjoy cereal block. It's for you. Cereal blocks, anyone? Who's looking for a block of cereal? Cereal block.
I will take a block of cereal.
Thank you. Of course.
This
of
thing is
course.
too small. Dense as it may be. I could eat at least 3.
Too small, but its nutritional value you don't understand. It's Max. Everything goes in a single. Efficiency on this ship is very, very important to me.
Yep.
You go.
Yes, Chef.
Enjoy. Take it in. Take it in.
nutritional as it might be, I am still left wanting.
Welcome to efficiency.
I agree.
You're telling me.
What the heck is this? You go, Mr. Coach. Your treat.
This is acceptable.
Who else is waiting?
I will take a coffee too, Chef.
Say please.
Who's done the glue?
What I would do for a proper meal cooked over a fire. Oh well, such is space. Open fires don't exactly lend themselves well to spaceships, from what I've learned.
I'm a chef. I will do anything. Here you go. One coffee. Milky, 2 sugars just for you. I sensed it.
That's how you get a minute. You head down to the
What?
storage room.
Sugar.
Doesn't have to be now. You can wait until after you're done eating your breakfast.
I'm just waiting for water at this rate.
Ah, I see. Doesn't need to be rushed. Just some of the bartenders.
Wow, the bar, not the storage room.
What's up?
When you mean bar or the store?
Me and the bar, or the storage room. The bartender wanted something out of there, and I can't lift it myself.
Weren't documents written by people who did visit them?
Most of them want to.
In the back over there. Cereal block.
Why?
Well then, everybody, crew. Good day, good day. Today I will be announcing the menu for later.
Oh?
Better be good.
Better be good. Oh yes, it is quite good. We will be having a taste of vengeance, I say.
Does he?
For tonight, we shall be having nondescript fish cube with deep fried potato cubes.
At least it's meat. At least it's meat.
Don't worry. Fish eat fish all the time.
Would you like me there as well?
Gotta chubby.
I'm gonna go ask our friend.
The first second bite.
Do you know if Krogan can read?
Let's see, what was the tempo of the distortion? Was it a knife? You said?
Yes, a floating knife around here. It's not here anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That is
apparently
weird.
like 3 people saw a floating knife in different places. Myers saw it over here. 2 other people saw it somewhere else. It's like either somebody was messing with people psionically, but I think I know the issue 4th-dimensionally.
Right. Well, if you see it again, see if we can get some pictures, I guess, if possible. And if not, doesn't matter. As long as it doesn't become a consistent issue, actually, it should be fine here.
Yeah, should be.
And we'll keep eye out just in case.
Mm. I forgot to open my window. Oop. There we go. Right. Don't believe I'm going to need this. I'm just going to morning. Alright, these people are still taking breakfast. Shiv? And roll, yes?
Yes.
This is Officer Cross. I am currently in the hangar investigating the rockets that are, well, out in the open. Where should these be handled?
This is Gunch. I did a check the other day on the inventory of the ordnance, but I did not exactly see a place to stow them exactly. They shouldn't be armed. They're not armed, are they?
I don't believe they're armed, but rockets aboard a ship while they're also being wheeled around on trolleys is probably a bad idea.
I can take a look over to see if they're armed or not and make sure that they're secured.
Thank you, Officer this year.
Do get on that. Let me know, well, what you end up doing with them. Better to have them secure. I agree.
Yes, Chief. This is Argyle Cross, signing off.
So long as the ordnance remains unarmed, they shouldn't explode, even if they should fall off the trolley, but it is still a highly explosive device sitting in a very thin hangar. Better safe than sorry, no?
Yes. I assume there is a certain code you need to activate them, and that's not in public knowledge.
Oh no. You have to have quite extensive knowledge of it to even know how to arm it. Most of those things can't even be armed manually. You have to do it through the system on the ship they're loaded in.
Mm-hmm.
So it should not be a problem, but rather not let it become one. Last thing we need is an engineer or a scientist stealing one of them and hiding it away in their department.
I do not see any reason. Yes, I will not see a reason for them to do so in the first place. If they require it for something, they can request it of the captain or just their department head in the first place.
I'm saying, speaking of a worst case scenario, we have someone on the ship that means ill. What better way to express that want than a bomb? And should it just so happen to be someone who knows how to arm it manually, well, better to keep that under lock and key. In the meantime, though, I imagine later on the captain will brief me on our situation, how far out we are from our objective.
We have left.
Free to spend the time as you see fit. I'll speak on the radio should I have need of you all.
Roger.
I might hang around here for gun visiting hours. In case anyone wants to visit their firearm.
Yes, some people grow very attached to them. I don't let mine leave my side. All the better that I do not have to give it up.
Well, I guess I will be looking around then. Since I'm here, I might as well.
Hello, Ben.
Yes?
Hello.
Yes. And Mirei and Akira. Yes? Meyer. Right. Have to learn eventually. The earlier the better. Do you know if anyone has taken any of the green rooms? I'm curious.
He has two, apparently.
I sleep in two.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Well,
Should
she sleeps
be
in
sleep
two,
in
but
two.
yeah, she should be sleeping in two, but in some cases she might not sleeping somewhere else. Apparently.
Oh.
So if you see her and she's asleep, you might want to try to wake her up.
Understood.
But if she doesn't wake up, apparently she needs meals, so I'll probably have to get like something from the kitchen to give it to her.
Well, I guess that's just how one's body works. I can't really blame you for it.
I mean, it's how theirs work, so yeah.
Just need to make certain you're not in any dangerous place.
Well, try.
Captain?
Morning, officer.
Okay, let's get back to midday. Make sure no one is dying.
Not this early in the day, I hope.
Pumping iron, I see.
Just getting myself warmed up for today.
A fine thing. Did you see where the captain ran off to?
They just left. Turning area.
Ah, and I've walked right past them, it seems. Oh well.
Seems like it, yes.
As you were.
Careful, Chief.
I always am.
Do you wish for just practice area or what, holographic opponents? Understood. Sharp movements. Focused. Your stature made me assume you were younger, but those movements are more experienced. So. My mistake.
We've been spending a lot of time.
Some of us have. Yet here we are. So, just means we have succeeded in where others have not. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You want to wait for your friend?
Hmm. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Captain?
Delon, oh. Yes? I was just saying hello.
Good day.
I've never seen anything of them myself like this in that actually. Yeah.
Exactly. Chomps. I'm sure somebody will really swallow you whole.
Oh dear. That would be rather impressive.
And scary.
Indeed.
I know somewhat just because of what I've seen and heard from other people, but it's just what I've heard so far, so don't take my word for it.
Of course.
Or what's the saying? Take it with a
Interesting.
grain of salt.
Yeah. Correct. Well, enjoy the view. Take a peek at all the plants you like. Just, let us know when you're going to leave, and we'll continue to water the plants.
Yes. Just please do not touch that. Do not touch the plants.
Don't worry.
Dolan?
Dallas? Just seeing what people are
Anything to
doing.
report?
No,
we're
much.
just watering the plants.
I've heard them talking about it. I've never really seen one myself.
I will say it's a large job, but I assume most of it is automated.
Then again, it was stuff that they
Well, we gotta manually turn the systems on and off, the watering system on and off for now. Perhaps I can put that on our to-do list. Make like automatic watering system.
That is something we can ask the engineers to do.
Yeah, I can get in touch with Natalia
Though if it is
or
a
Mercer.
program that you would want to write, I do not know anything about.
Very angry.
Might be able to do something like that. I'll go pitch that idea to them. I'll go do that now. Give that system more time to scan. And I'm assuming you know where the watering button is?
I do not.
It's
Is it on that
that
computer?
one. It's on that computer.
That one.
Big old button that
I
says
see.
water.
Understood.
Alright. You haven't seen anyone from engineering around, have you?
I saw the red-skinned one a bit ago. Well, just to the right from here.
He's part of engineering team.
He was given a job by the engineering head, so I assume so.
Yeah, I guess that'd make him an engineer, I guess. Thank you.
Right now, what we're hoping to achieve is to at least grant passage between the Kochi systems. That way we'll be able to track the hyperlanes across it. Hopefully, we'll find a few new ones within the Kelton system. After which we continue on our way from there, going to the new systems and scanning them, bringing back the data. Simple.
Captain, sorry to interrupt, but I also, when next time we might need to talk to the head of science, I have found a grave issue on this ship.
And that is?
Your ship's main operating system is Windows Vista. You have an operating system that predates FTL travel.
I thought the humans were skilled engineers and they still didn't update us?
No.
Alright.
But I'm going to tell you this right now. Martello had standards when it came to something like this, and that's saying a lot.
Look, I'm not a shipbuilder.
I
I'm not a
understand that.
computer scientist. So, I'll trust the judgment. I'll bring it up with Archer and Dallas and see if they can work on an update or something to get us back up to standard.
Oh, don't worry.
I appreciate you letting me know.
First. Oh, wonderful work from the UPA. How nice.
And here that we're up to date. That one. I get some people very stuck in their ways. Wait a minute. What is this? That's the list of the crocodiles. That was where I just saw the... No, yes. That's why that is that's open. That is the way to hydroponics. This one is right outside. So that is the hallway to the bridge and the entrance to both the security and medical. And this is the crew quarters hallway itself. And that one has the hangar, the hallway next to hangar, and well, now I need to check. The hangar, the training floor, and the engine or power core. Yes, power core and training room. And then we have, I believe that is the, yes, that is the kitchen. So this is the corner that leads to kitchen and science, and then there's the door to hangars and the hangar storage, and then obviously the stairs up. It seems the cameras are not really that effective at seeing someone speak. What's that? Ah, it is the engineers. If nothing else, it should at least make them noticeable. Ah, and then there's Tashia. I have some Margales there too. Really wish I had gotten a full night's sleep. It is those two.
Security Officer Ventura.
Yes?
Medical team member Akira is looking for a sparring partner who will not go overboard and help them learn to better defend themselves. I believe you would be a good choice for this endeavor.
Understood. We'll be heading over there.
I will inform you.
Did not think of medical needing hand-to-hand protection, but I also understand the need to it. It's going to take a while for me to actually figure out which routes are the fastest. But at least I have a decent idea of the layout. Everything all right?
Yes. We have moved the missiles off the dolly.
Ah, that's good. I think there's still some issues with the walls of the vents.
Thank you for your observation, Meyer.
Oh?
Don't worry, I will treat you.
Wow, thanks for the vote of confidence.
Nah, the worst you could get, if everything goes as planned, is maybe a few bruises, and those will just be slightly sore the next day. Outside of that, should not be too hard. I guess, Mar, if you please activate the training. Oh. Okay.
Beginning fight between Venturo and Akira. Would you like to do this via feeling it out or rolls? Or would you rather rolls or just...
And this is gonna be just me figuring out your level of skills, so I would say feels.
Okay. Understood.
So you wish to better protect yourself? Let's start by seeing your current level. So, come at me. We'll see how well it works. Oop. This stuff gets stuck way too easy, and then you cannot get it unstuck.
See, Never mind, you have.
I have found the spot. Right. Feel free to start.
Your count.
3, 2, 1, go. Trust is a finisher, not a starter.
Yeah, but that's usually only when you know what you were doing and what your opponent's doing.
Good. Good.
Also the fact that I'm so used to doing hand-to-hand, not with these, so this is definitely throwing me off a little.
Of course. But it's good to see how well your movements flow. That's both. That's a hit on both. Right, now let me see your defense. Good timing. In your case, the defense should be.
More reactive.
Mm.
Or better at reacting than being offensive. I'm terrible at offensive.
Well, that is more fitting for your department. Medical is not expected to be the ones going straight for the offense.
Other people say otherwise.
Nope.
Once again, it's just me trying to figure things out at the same time. And also, I don't get polearms very well.
Good. You saw me moving, you went for the counter. I would have been able to follow up on that trip, but I didn't, as you were able to hit me away. You wish to try it with just hand-to-hand?
Yeah, if you're okay with that.
Of course. Let's put this aside. Meyer, if you please, there should be some gloves next to the at the wall over there. Mostly just for the mechanical, the cybernetic hand. I don't wish to smack you with it.
That's probably. Yeah, that. I'm not gonna lie, those usually hurt.
Right.
Okay.
Now then, I will start this time with the offense. So 3, 2, 1. Good. then. Free to come at me next. Mm-hmm. Well, you kept your balance when I tried to use your own kick against to force you on the ground.
Yeah, had that done to me once or twice on the reversal.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you. Oh, headache. I am part of medical.
That's why I put in the... It is kind of habitual to use my right hand. For obvious reasons.
Got it. Left hand.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Left hand got you.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is not the best thing, but it usually is a way to reset the fight.
Yeah, basically considering that we're basically stuck in grapples.
For the most part, if you are in this sort of situation, most of the time you just need to buy yourself time for any of your other squad mates to get to you.
Also create by yourself.
Ways to buy time, ways to defend yourself, ways to avoid injuries.
Yeah, that's the one thing I still gotta learn, unfortunately. Especially when I'm on the offensive.
Then let's see how you handle this.
I'm gonna explain that one later.
And then leg. Then go.
Hate the freaking grapples.
At the end of the day, yep. That is usually what I try to go for, obviously. In a hand-to-hand combat, that means I'm usually in a defensive position or having to, well, get someone neutralized without having my weapon on hand. Obviously, in a real situation, I will be bringing this out, but
yeah.
well, no need for this.
Yeah, because a lot of times if I'm in an actual situation, most of the time people say I should, since I've already learned it, use this a lot more, but...
If you ever find yourself in a situation where you have successfully gotten out of the way of a straight punch, it usually is you have the chance to reach and push them so that their momentum carries, and then move your leg and then go for the push.
And then go down. Mm-hmm.
Momentum is important. Since we have gotten ourselves a bit of a watchers, are other people hoping to use the training area at this point? Do you think that was enough, or do you wish to continue?
I can continue if you're okay with that, and if nobody else needs to use this. Yes, I need to practice, unfortunately.
Alright then. How about for the next bout, we shall continue until one of us taps out. See how long you can withstand continuous move.
Oh boy.
Don't worry. Do not worry. I will not go at... I will try to pull my punches to some degree.
Yeah, because, let's just say somebody else might come out if it gets too hard.
Let me, instead of proper, let me go for a more...
Crab leg.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop. You could have just kept going. That was the point. Now then, let's see here. That might have been a bit rough.
Okay.
There's a difference between it barely hurting and just being used to taking the hit. Feel free to turn off the wall for now.
The fight between Venturo and Akira has concluded.
We're doing this, unless one of you wishes to use this.
Eh?
Hmm?
I said you looked pretty good out there. Hot stuff, you know.
Well, thank you for that.
Awesome. I was wondering if you could, sort of like teach me. I've never done anything before. Maybe I should learn to defend myself. I know my way around a knife and stuff, but I've never even dreamt of using it on something alive.
Well, for most of my tactics are the subduing types and the others. The rest of it is just natural, non-trained, unarmed fighting. At the end of the day, I was trained to be a soldier and mostly trained with weaponry.
Yes, because not your captain, my apologies. The leader of your department, the security chief.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they mentioned something about firearms training. I've never held a weapon in my life, so I'm hoping maybe, let alone a gun. Never had a gun before.
Well, I guess technically, Well, we will need some targets for that, and well, we can technically make some hologram targets there, and use of them.
Or just walking me, like showing me it and walking me through how it works might be a good start.
It's something to do, yes. I don't see why it's a bad idea.
Yes, weapons are kind of scary. Don't you
Well,
think?
that is the point.
But
A
I
weapon
think
is
it's best
something
I know how to
used.
use one just in case.
Weapons were made to take on others' lives, so you can take something of theirs that you did not have at the time. Nowadays, with the resources being way more abundant, you know, it's just show force, self-intent. Well, for the most part, I would wish you will never need a weapon or use of one.
It's better to like not need it and know how to use it, right?
Mm-hmm. Now you have seen my rifle before, yes?
I bumped Nate, which I also actually wanted to talk to you.
Yeah.
I'll let you know, I looked at your Macquave, your system, it'll be alright. With the work time.
You didn't take it
I will
apart, did
not-
you?
No, I didn't take it apart. However, the little robot guy was inspecting it because of the radiation in it.
Well,
But everything's fine. It's still there. We didn't hurt it.
if it's out of the place, that would be hard to pay.
Anyways, also you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be up all week working on a new program for this ship. So, new operating system.
Attention security, this is Gunch.
So
If
I'll
you
be
would all
working.
report
Don't
to
worry,
the
I won't
security
be working in
room
the
for a
room,
meeting.
so I won't be keeping you awake.
Over and out.
Understood. Also, Chef, it seems that this has to wait, as I've been just called for a meeting, for a security meeting.
Oh, well, could you, after your security meeting, could you grab your chief and let him know that I would like some firearms? I think they've got to give the okay.
Yeah, makes sense. I will inform them.
Even if it's just a walkthrough of how it works. I've never used one.
I don't. It's for some reason it is not easy to just tell them that they are cooking implement as a weapon. No, wait, not this way. I'm way too used to turning left for everything. Oh, the hydroponics is closed. I guess the door is there for a reason.
Berserk.
I'm here.
This is also good to know. Would likely inform the crew of such a thing so that we do not have a incident.
I believe that medical is already aware of her condition. As long as security understands, neither engineering nor science should be meddling with this individual.
I suppose not. I would hope the crew does not go around poking others in different places. But I digress. I believe other than Roll, this is all of us. But on Argyle's suggestion, we thought it would be prudent that we together go over our skills, what we are best at, and how we may best be of use to one another.
Precisely.
Understandable.
It was my suggestion. My particular skill set is in intelligence. However, I do excel at more covert activities. Thanks to engineering, my cloaking device is now active. I don't do well in close quarters brawling. My specialty, well, is in small arms, thus my 2 firearms. Fortunately, being a member of the Crow today, my people, we have this nasty habit of having hollow bones. A heavy blow with a blunt weapon will prove more deadly to me than maybe some, which is why I tend to stay out of the melee.
Duly noted.
I'll be sure to remember that. And I'll be sure not to express my appreciation how I did to Dallas the other day.
That would be very appreciative, yes.
I will do it.
However,
What did I miss?
Like may not end my life. It may fracture a rib or two.
I will suffice for the human way of doing it. By simply speaking.
One other note, and I express this to all members of security as I trust you all implicitly to ensure the security of this ship. Should be no surprise that I am a member of Oracle and one of their intelligence officers. I have been assigned this station in conjunction with Oracle and UPA working together. What that also means is my abilities as a psionic could also prove useful. Again, this stays between only security, and I know the captain already knows. My psionic abilities I suppress as best I can in order to maintain a level of secrecy for others who may be able to detect such thoughts. But mine are mostly mental. If an individual is causing us problems, I could attempt to influence their mind to put down a weapon, let's say.
Very useful skill to have.
The more impersonal front, if someone is lying, and if I feel it necessary, I could attempt to discern if that lie is accurate or not. Through my psionic abilities, it is awfully intrusive, but effective.
It beats having to
beat the truth out of someone.
Better to just know.
That is what I bring to the table here for security.
Well, good. Very good. Who would like to go next? Oh! Roll, you're here. Perfect, you're next.
What are we doing?
We are going over one another's skills, background, things they're good at so we may better work as a team.
I understand.
So please,
I am a
indulge
melee
us.
specialist. I excel in blunt force trauma, whether that's my head or my hammer. I also know a bit of psionics. That is about it. I am very hard to put down.
As I learned yesterday.
Hmm.
Well, good. Good. How about you? Go next.
I've been trained in long-range single-target elimination and infiltration unseen and undetected. I've been given to the ship by my commander, Narset, to be used as I am most efficient.
We shall compliment each other greatly then.
Indeed. Well. What about you, Delon, if you would?
I am I used to be a squad leader in military forces. My own specialty lies in ranged weaponry, mostly on the heavier side, autocannons, launchers, the like. I have also a good eye when it comes to suppressive fire, thus in combat situation, that is usually my focus. I make sure my team members are able to move up with less worries as I suppress the opponents with large amount of firepower. Though of course right now the largest weaponry I have is my own assault rifle.
Well, maybe next time we dock, we might be able to get something a little heavier for you. You familiar with the use of artillery by any means?
Not
Just
artillery,
curious.
no. That is more on the technicality of the figuring out the aiming and all that. That is a different sort of mentality.
Quite a learned field, I understand. But good to know, regardless. Dashir, if you would.
I am a explosives expert, and I am not very good with hand-to-hand. I'm still getting used to these cybernetics. I am more built of agility, as the manual of these have stated to me. I'm okay with a gun. What is it? But my biology allows me to breathe in any kind of air material, essentially any gas or sort of a thing. So if there's a area that you all may not be able to get into due to limitations of oxygen, I will be able to help assist. Other than that, I have no other idea what to say. Oh, wait, no, sorry, I kinda, brain fumbled. I am from a planet that is heavily maintained by Martello, and I was essentially a prisoner for them. That is my, I guess, background.
She blew up a space mafia building. That is hilarious.
I can do it.
It is pretty funny.
The speculation chemicals I do not need to roll.
Well, just don't make any miscalculations while you're on the ship, huh?
She handled the
Hopefully
missiles
I'll learn.
excellently. I'll learn from mistake, I see. Trial by fire.
And well?
Captain, I'm not sure if you want to let the rest of the team know, since you might be working closely with us here.
Fair enough. I mostly deal with melee, ranged, and assault, ground force and frontal assault, as well as I primarily operate with psionics. Barriers, slight mental manipulations, psionic bursts, pretty much anything that exists in the field I can do.
Impressive.
Very nice skill set.
Downsides, though.
When too energized, I can get a bit jumpy. I also tend to not exactly show quarter once I start a fight, so...
I understand that sentiment.
Is a fair warning.
As do I. Well then, if that's everyone, then I would...
Introduce
Yourself?
myself as it were. Yes, not introduce, but... On my home planet, I was a leader of sorts. We called them a Putakai. A commander of many. My specialty lies in tactics, coordinating large forces to accomplish greater goals. Now, this force is rather small, but it is still a very similar playing field. I very much understand how to coordinate different individuals. I feel confident in my abilities to come up against any force, large, small. It does not matter. Tactics. That is what I'm good at. As for my personal capabilities, I am quite talented in hand-to-hand combat. I do not use a melee weapon. I much prefer to use my claws and hands for such things. Much more versatile and no less powerful. Firearms are something else that I am quite familiar with, though in my days as a Putakai, if I was using my gun, something had already gone wrong, so... Still. Hence why I carry a more close-range weapon. But that is me, in short.
And hopefully with us knowing each other's strengths here, we should be better able to coordinate as a team and work together to face whatever threats we might encounter.
Agreed.
From what I can see, we have 3 close range specialists, 2 medium range specialists, and 2 unique specialists.
It's a very good spread of different skills. One I am very glad to have under my command. I see us accomplishing great things. But with that, unless anyone else has anything else they'd like to note, you are all dismissed.
We should take inventory of the crew, who can be an asset as well. Much like Dallas talked to us earlier.
Indeed. Like I mentioned, there is a time where we may have to call upon them as a sort of militia. Like when we have to arm them in the case of emergencies.
It will also be useful to know how they can defend themselves if they are to be sent with security on expeditions outside. Or for any other reasons.
Indeed. How much we need to puppy guard them, as it were.
Although, paramount on the ship, To make sure that we have complete cooperation, they need to know that they can trust us, above all else. That's what we should be fostering first, before we focus on armamenting them in case of the emergency. I understand the sentiment of wanting to be planned ahead, but I definitely think that if we have them on our side as confidants, then that will lead us to, well, assured victory. Trust is the cornerstone of what makes this ship function, as I said earlier, when we first boarded. If we cannot trust each other, then we're all doomed to die in the first place.
A fair
Security will be the cornerstone of that.
With that in
They
mind,
trust
then.
us. Oh.
I had no more.
Well, with that in mind, then, as you all go to interact and see these other crew members, maybe learn of what they're good at, do. Well, keep that in mind, that they need to be on our side as well. Be nice to them. Be firm, but fair. Make sense?
I shall make them my best friend.
This is also acceptable.
All of them.
The friendlier they are to you, the friendlier they are to us, and I'm sure. Set a good example. Put off a good first impression.
Might I make a suggestion as well? If you have special medical needs, rare blood type, etc., perhaps taking a visit to medical to donate your blood so that they have a stock on hand in case the worst should happen.
Fair point.
A good thing to keep in mind.
I saw your finger raising, Chia. Did you have something to say?
Kind of a thing that I probably forgot. It probably should be noted, kind of a thing. I am prone to violent tendencies. If that ever does happen, just pop off my limbs. They're kind of just release limbs. Yeah. You can just
gonna pull it off.
maybe use those.
Good to know.
Yeah,
Interesting
yeah.
design.
They had it just in case I ever acted out, so they could just take it off and I don't do anything.
You're not playing for this sense. That is rude.
That's horrendous.
It's
Security measure.
But good to know your weakness should you become an issue. But let us hope that you
If
do
you
not.
want to outright kill me, shoot my chest.
We do not plan on such a thing.
No.
I made it very clear on the first day that we are not going to be killing any of our own crew members. Under just about any circumstance.
Well. Anyone else have something they need to say? Hearing none. Go about your day then.
Yes, Chief.
Yes, Chief.
I do have something to say, but not part of the larger conversation here. But one of the medical, one Akira, asked for sparring for self-defense. We use the weapon, the polearms there, and then some hand-to-hand.
Some of the crew was inquiring about range time.
Yes, Chef was actually asking for if he will be allowed to be taught how to use a weapon. Not specifically how to taught, but at least told how one functions in case it ever comes up. Though I feel I do not know how it's going to work with the fact that he sees his cooking implement as nothing but. I feel like trying to teach him actual weapon usage, he's going to just believe we are tricking him or something, we will see. But at least he acknowledges.
Him sort of a thing. I was the one that brought up teaching him how to use a actual gun within a in-case scenario. He will. I am going to hope that he will understand that anything that is shaped like a gun, including his cooking apparatus, will be upheld with the same amount of gun safety if we are to teach it to him.
On the other hand, he is also smart enough to realize that this sort of thing should be okayed with the head of security. Which was, this happened right before I was called to come here, so...
Right. Well, I do think further training, not just for the chef, but
Everyone on board at some point could be a decent way to gain trust of some of the crew members.
You know,
while at the moment might not be the most opportune time to do such a thing, perhaps when we are, well, jumped, as it were, and traveling a long distance, perhaps we could take some time to gather everybody and, or those interested at least, and teach them a few things.
Perhaps it will make them more comfortable with us, and more comfortable should we come under attack. A win-win.
But obviously those who come out of their way to ask us for any guidance, do you think we should give them as such?
Depends. I think someone asking to learn a weapon and all that kind of stuff should be given a bit of suspicion. We will teach them how to use perhaps a firearm or something, but do not load it. If you do, be ready to disarm them should they, you know, now that they are armed, turn and shoot. At the very least, a single round. If it's energized, at least enough energy to shoot once. Just so we are not harming a possible insurgent.
No, of course. I would not believe any of the crew seems to have that sort of mentality, but also that is sort of the thoughts that can be on anyone. It is not something you can just assume.
Exactly. Mind you, I should have said this to everyone, but don't make these suspicions that I am pushing and all that apparent. We don't want the crew all thinking that we are against them and suspicious of them all.
No,
innocent until proven guilty. And all that.
It is all just general safety. We don't want accidents to happen, after all.
Indeed.
But if people ask, we will provide. Should we not be preoccupied, as it were?
On a more personal note, though, I'm quite surprised that Commander Narsek has sent someone, well, maybe not sent, maybe just asked. I worked for him. My military time was mostly with the 7th Fleet, led by Commander Narsek himself.
I see.
I can say, though, I have not met Servant, if that was their name. I have not met them previously. I'm sure if they have seen me, they would have already made it known, but they have not, so I assume we have just worked in different areas of whatever situation.
They seem to best it. Go on.
Oh, I was gonna say, she seems to be very literal and does not want to speak unless prompted to speak, sort of a thing. Probably due to her training. I asked if she wanted to get some food this morning and she just followed me and stood and then asked how much longer am I supposed to be following you? And it's like, oh, you don't have to be here if you don't want to. So, very direct in orders.
Very, it seems.
Good in a,
well, a military aspect, but to hold on to that training so closely in a social world.
Can't imagine. I was just sleeping in the hallway before.
Hmm.
I don't
Very
think she knows where her room is. She did join kind of late before we departed.
Right. I didn't know either. They just slept in here tonight.
Hmm.
So,
Well, last night, I should say.
Well, I assume if we give them if we tell them that it is part of an order, maybe that will make them spend their sleeping hours in the room. But I do not know if that is necessary. It might be just a simple function.
I'd rather they sleep comfortably. Better slept, better fought, you know?
Some people who are part of active fleets might find themselves more focused in places of familiarity. The place of comfort does not always come proper.
Perhaps. Whatever is best for them. But I imagine it's their low profile and direct nature that led to you two never crossing paths. Or, well, different sectors, different work.
The fleet is a single fleet of many, focused on planetary combats. I was a squad lead of my own. The one all-human squad of the whole fleet.
Knowing you had some leadership experience will be useful. Should we ever need to split into multiple teams, perhaps I could trust you to lead a smaller one.
If you wish, in order, I will. But if I have the choice, I will give leadership to others who have the more confidence in the situation. I did not have the most.
Confidence.
It is in my file, if you need to check. I do not wish to speak of it. Not at this moment, at least.
Very well. I will simply read it up instead.
Moo.
Moo?
Is this something we can do for you?
Yes, I was wondering if I could have my rifle back.
For whatever purpose.
I like it.
Is that it?
Yes.
Unfortunately, as much as I would like to reunite you and your weapon, it is UPA policy that I do not do such a thing. Unless, of course, you were to tell me that the weapon is not a weapon, but in fact a tool that you use to conduct your duties.
It can be used as a tool, if I were to disassemble it the right way and put it back together. I could use it as a welder, a big stick to prop things open with, a footstool.
Well, if you say that if it is a tool, then a tool it is.
Very well.
A very modular tool.
Alright. Here.
He starts disassembling it and handing you the individual parts. Your tool that you have given to us to hold on to is now in your possession again.
Thank you. I do have something else to report.
Oh, then go on.
Puts in his pack. There's a great threat to the efficiency of the ship. Our systems run on Windows Vista. An exterior scan took me 20 minutes.
So I have heard. Now, speaking with the captain, it was brought up quite a few times as others progressed with it. I am well aware. Apparently,
yes, from what I understand,
quite a bit of time.
From what I understand, Dallas will be spending the next week updating the systems.
Somebody's told me. If we were to take that fighter out running this OS, it could be real danger. This is the first time I've ever felt hate.
Well, temper your mood, as it were. More negligence from the UPA, it seems.
I fucking hate this operating system. I hate it.
Well, you will not have to bear it much longer, should Dallas and company do well. But in the meantime,
We can also kind of...
We will be cautious about sending out that fighter, as it were.
we should be able to avoid doing such a thing if our next upcoming mission does not end poorly. We'll have no need. But again, we don't exactly know what we're going up against, so who knows? Let's just hope not, for now.
True. Do you have any information, by the way, on our next mission? I know it's a peace mission, but that's about all.
Unfortunately, I asked the captain the same thing, and we know precious little. We're basically chasing a transmission, going to a system that we haven't mapped yet, mapping it out so the hyperlane can reach, so that we could better facilitate travel, make contact with, and, well, be diplomatic with its people. Whoever we might encounter.
Kochi.
The Kochi, yes. Those guys. I remembered their names.
Yeah.
I just didn't
So did
say
I.
them.
We are an exploration vessel.
Their names is not the correct pronunciation.
Then what is?
Enlighten us.
I have the wrong pronunciation. Because they have lost the curator.
The Coochie, whatever they are.
Whoever they are, we are going to make peace with them. And become, or at the very least, put in a good word for the UPA and company.
The Coochie.
That is the goal. Is something wrong?
Really?
Are you making fun of their culture? Is there something wrong with
Making fun of who's? Oh no, we were just talking about the Coochie. I mean the Koti. The what? What? What are they called? I forgot what they're called already.
To find it humorous.
The Kochi? The Kochi, yes, the Kochi.
That's what I call them. They call them the Kochi.
You seen the chef? See them on any of the cameras?
Individuals are looking for the chef. We can't find them.
The last time I spoke to them, they were at the arena.
Update on the Windows Vista situation.
I got all my equipment ready. I'm just missing a little data pad that I'm gonna be using for work, but just missing the copy. That's why I'm looking for. Chef. See if they'll give me.
Have you checked the training area?
Yeah, I was just there.
Hmm.
See on the cameras?
Do we have a malfunction?
I have located the chef. He is in the kitchen now.
Chef has been found. Yes.
Oh, wow, chef in the kitchen. Thank you.
This OS is very limited in efficiency. It could be a defect.
Could very well be.
Well, how will you do these? You better employ.
I appreciate it, Timmy. Could I show my appreciation to you?
You may.
Yes.
Chief Guns, you must understand that some people don't appreciate being socked in the stomach.
I did ask. No, you did something good. This is a good thing. No, stand up. Why are you apologizing? He picks him up. I was simply showing my appreciation. You are appreciated.
What did I do wrong?
You did nothing wrong. Apologies. It is a part of my culture. Something I hold dear.
Oh, I see.
You have done no wrong. Yes.
Oh, Captain. Hello, Mercy.
I just appreciate engineering so much.
I was contemplating different titles for the individuals at the heads of the different groups. Decided against.
So, what was Mercer talking about, saying I needed to speak with you?
Me?
That's what he said. He said I might need to have a word with you.
Oh, well, he didn't really have a word. He just did not appreciate me showing my appreciation to MU. That's all he really said.
Ah. So, I keep hearing about this appreciation. What I don't understand what's going on. Why would it be frowned upon?
It is simply a cultural... you're not supposed to ask, typically, as back home. It was simply a simple tradition. Not the whole planet, mind you, just a local Ventai thing. Something I was born into. And something that I did with siblings, friends, elders, relatives, so to speak.
Well, I guess it's just chalk it up to a cultural difference. Nothing more. They're bound to happen. Mercer can get over it.
I am sure. You see, I've become accustomed to asking, as it was habit for so long. It has proven to be troublesome in a couple different scenarios. I found myself in, we'll call them sticky situations.
Well, I trust your judgment, so. And it seems you have a firm grasp on any understanding of it, so I'm not worried. Just figured I'd ask what he was talking about.
Well, sometime, perhaps, I can show you.
Perhaps when the time calls for it. Syria in here.
Is what?
They go by separate. I've been calling them series. Ah, there they are.
Oh.
Would you mind coming with me real quick? I have a task for you.
Right away.
These little chairs.
Mm-hmm. Yes?
What made you want to board this vessel and venture out to the outer rim of the galaxy?
It is a simple fact of I had left the military, but I found that civilian life was not for me. I wish to continue putting my skills for the protection of others. It was either this or possibly a peacekeeping police force, one or the other, if I was possibly able to.
So they call to adventure, really. Well, you could have just become a standard bodyguard for one of the mega corporations if you chose.
It's less of a protection of a single person and more of the larger amount the better. It's how I feel the most comfortable.
Only for the best. My experience with most of the other mega corporations has been less than positive, as you might imagine.
Oh. Oh, I see.
I would agree.
In that case, I will refrain from such things.
Oh, you have
I am going to retire for the evening.
understood.
Have a good night, Ro.
You as well. I will not be playing video games in my bunk.
Duly noted. Roll. Rest well.
You as well, Chief. Take care, Tachir.
So you served a long time, did you?
For the most of my adult time, yes.
Where you come from, is that standard?
It depends on what planet you hail from. Some planets are more focused on the local economy or factory workers, while others are more focused on training people to send out to aid other planets with military force. I just personally found myself more focused on the military points and then got picked up by a recruiter.
So you've been a military man for a while then?
For the last almost 10 years before having to leave.
And if you don't mind me asking, and you could tell me, those years of service, were you happy?
That is an interesting question to ask Officer Cross. And it's not always happiness that is important for one's duty. And a lot of duties involve doing things one cannot be happy about. But I was proud of what I did.
The reason I ask is there are individuals out there, as you will know, who choose violence. And unfortunately, some of those individuals who choose the path of violence like it. Duty, however, it's another story entirely. I respect duty.
I'm here to do what I'm ordered to do and to do what is expected of me. And as a security personnel, usage of violence to stop violence is expected. I personally believe when facing other groups, a showing of the consequences of trying to use violence against us is the most easily stopped by showing the difference in power ones have. I understand not everyone believes in this mentality, but I have seen it in action and I believe in it.
Just so that I'm clear, this isn't a situation of might makes right, correct?
No. But I believe that the easiest way to avoid violence is by having enough force to make certain your opponents do not wish to even try. Deterrence is the word for the idea, if I remember right.
As you're all sitting here talking, you hear loud metallic thuds in the ceiling above you. Trailing this way.
You hear that?
I do.
A loud clang as a vent above opens and somebody falls out.
Oh.
Oh, it's just you. I was worried a moment.
Hello, Chief of Engineering Mercer.
Hello.
The reason why you are crawling around in office?
The captain thought it'd be a smart idea to have them mapped out in case we ever get boarded.
I believe
It's not properly screwed on.
also I believe that as much as the entertainment industry will want to say otherwise, movement through the vents is not quiet way of moving through.
It's not.
But it is well concealed. An easy enough way to subvert a force that might be expecting you elsewhere. Still, better to have it all mapped
I
out.
would say no.
Come on, to your feet.
I will keep an eye out for event hatches in the future.
I would suggest you go visit medical first. Sure you didn't hit your head.
That's a considerable fall.
I will fix that later.
You know, on my homeworld, dying from a fall is the greatest disgrace.
I can see why.
I'm going to head to the kitchen.
See if I cannot score some lunch.
May I accompany you?
You may. Come along.
I couldn't believe I saw something on the cameras, yet it was concealed. Question, Don.
Go ahead.
Does the servant sonic invisibility work through cameras?
Nope.
Okay, so I did see. Understood. Thank you.
If you see me in a camera when I'm invisible, I'm fully visible, so you know where I am.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Oh,
good day.
Hello,
Hello.
Chef. I'm surprised you're here. The head of security and Officer Argyle are going to see if they can get some food. They might actually wish your specialty.
Thank you.
Of course. Ah, that is the, I believe, scientist? I don't know who that one sitting down is. I just want to go check. See if everything is alright. Hello? Oh, Head of Engineer Mercer might have fallen from the docks at the back, so the area in front of the lockers might have some bit of dust or whatever might have been there. So if you do not mind cleaning that up, appreciate it.
What, humans?
No, turbosyphilis. It's not curable.
What?
Oh.
Humans also aren't curable, depending on how you look at it. Hello.
I mean,
What is all walking on?
Hmm?
The
We're
first-
discussing giga cancer, turbosyphilis, and hyper AIDS.
That is...
Apparently they're a thing?
Yes. Turbosyphilis is not curable.
I will assume so from the name. Some humans really like to nickname things weird, because they cannot state the actual names of whatever problem it is.
Yeah. No, they're not very creative. Sometimes they just mash up names like gonorrhoeasyphilades. It does describe it accurately,
that's
though.
one thing. Humans are very unique when it comes to engineering, but when it comes to naming or discovering things, they're not that great.
That is just...
Something wrong?
I don't even want to know what that entails.
Ask a freak. I don't know much about it.
And know it's a thing.
Gonorrhoeasyphilades is no joke.
Oh, I'm certain, but... I prefer not to know what it entails. Unless I'd have it, and...
I can show you pictures.
Sometimes
I prefer not.
ignorance is bliss, but when it comes to the galaxy and its wide range of diseases, infections, and viruses, it's good to know some things.
Not wrong.
I'm
But then...
going to go be at the bar for a while. I haven't been in there yet.
Understood. Everything alright? I saw you on the camera just sitting.
Yeah, no, I'm all good. Dallas is like sitting on the other side, but he's in reactor talking with the chief.
Ah.
Sorry, chief of engineering.
Right. Yeah. Mr. Mercer.
We're all good. You just, you wanted to step away from people. Much more quieter place. I came down here. I was originally going to go to reactor, but it seems like they're busy enough.
Understandable. Well, if everything's fine, then I will continue.
What was your name again?
Venturo Delon. Just call me Ven or Delon.
Alright, pleasure to meet you. I don't remember much of meeting you yesterday. Headache.
Fair enough. Yes. If you have any security issues or things, feel free to bring it up with me or the others. And if I remember right, Natalia. Right,
yeah,
engineering. Understood. We'll see if we can remember more names as time goes on.
Yeah,
well,
I'm still getting used to remembering names. It's hard sometimes.
Well, yeah, I guess here's hoping Mr. Mercer does not place you in the vent inspection duties, as apparently that has been something that they've been asked to do.
I mean, it wouldn't be a first for me. Almost everything that comes to engineering, with certain exceptions, but yeah.
Well, at least it's varied work, if nothing else.
That's true.
Well,
what's security like, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, for the most part, the last few days have been just meetings. The chief wants us to be pretty good in the know about what each of us can do and who we are. At the end of the day, we need to know the people we know will know what to do in situations. Not saying that the other departments are any less capable, it's just that we are going to be handling the emergencies of...
Yeah, which... Something I was curious about, and I'm not sure if you've done as security, but did security background check everyone on the ship? Just curious if people's records show up.
From what I understand, any of the records that the UPA will have most likely can be looked up to a certain extent, depending on how have you asked of them to kept in the dark. I believe there are ways to ask for personal information to be kept undisclosed, but I believe even Captain would still be able to view those, and for most part you need to have a good reason for that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what kind of documentation is on them.
Well, understand this. You have been accepted to visit ship by the UPA. Thus, that has given the level of trust. And the captain, as he said yesterday, this ship will survive only with all of us trusting each other. Thus, even if you perhaps will have something of questionable nature, we will not put it against you. We trust that you will do your duties as expected. As long as you trust us to do the same, we shall all thrive and survive this trip into the unknown hyperlanes. Oh, hello Dallas.
I don't suppose any of said documents are public, are they? Or are they kept confidential?
That is, I assume, for the most part, for the heads and the captain, they are very much public. For anyone else, for the most part, I don't think it's something you could just check willy-nilly. You will need to get the proper permission, and I'm sure the heads will not give it without a good reason.
Sorry, no.
You good?
Already tired?
I just remembered something I had to do, but I sat down and I don't want to do it right now. You know that feeling?
Yeah.
We have the rest of the day.
Perhaps if he comes down.
Well, from what it sounds like, you won't be having as much bedtime as you would want.
I know.
Do not worry, I'm used to sleeping with noise around me, so there is very small chance of you actually waking me up outside of yelling out of nowhere or an alarm blaring, at which point I will immediately be up.
Alright. Well, just good courtesy, I'm not going to be working in the room while you're sleeping.
Understood.
Yeah, I'm just sitting down. I don't have anything to say.
And I will say this. I was in the military, and I was dishonorably discharged. Yet I am here, accepted, and I will do my duties. Whatever you have in your past, most likely will not be an issue. And most likely, nobody will go around digging for no reason. Trust that much. We're all here to do a job.
That's good to know.
Well then.
That's all the questions I have about that. So.
If you have need to possibly make sure nobody checks them, speak to the head of your department. I'm sure they can work on it. Dallas? Natalia?
Delon.
I think that I had to do was that,
Oh. Excuse me?
Pardon me.
Are you alright? Your movement seems to be a bit uneasy.
Yes. I am still adjusting.
I see. Understood.
The suit is having to work a bit overtime for right now.
Well, alright then. I assume if it becomes an issue, you will be in contact. I assume if it becomes an issue, you will be in contact with the head of your department.
Yes, I will. Thank you, though.
Alright. Nope. Wonder if you're all still there. Still following him. His leadership. How long has it been now? Close to a year? I guess he is still a commander. Why won't he be? He has his enemies, but he has more collaborators. Nazak. I do not believe you were wrong to do what you did. I do not know if you were even the one that did it. It might have been just somebody else's idea. You just accepted it. It's simple enough. It was the right choice. I was in the wrong. I deserved everything that came my way. Seventh, huh? What has he lived through to act in such a way? Was she there? And how did she survive? No, of course she survived. Sniper. Assassinator. It makes sense. She would not be someone to get caught. Most likely just take one target down, disappear into the distance. That's it. I lost my arm in that fight, and they gave me a new one. To continue to fight, to continue to protect. Protect I shall.
I know hydrogen peroxide. There. I know hydrogen peroxide and vinegar makes a corrosive agent. Also, hi. I'm gonna also put this in the weapon storage.
Understood, Officer Tashir.
Yep. Yep.
I will be heading to bed now. If you want
Anybody
to,
who wishes for food, this
I
is
will.
within the greater
You
plans.
will not have to go with me. I can ruin.
Breaded fish
Then
cube
just
and
inform me.
potato cubes. Enjoy
I
the
have
war.
work to do anyway.
Understood. Thank you, Chef.
I will ping a message to you when I enter the room, or want to enter the room, so it can be depressurized.
No.
Yeah.
I will leave the room unpressurized with the oxygen in it. I will stay in the suit until you come in. Then I will ask for it to be pressurized.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Sorry, I'm kind of focusing on the little thing in my hand right now. Yeah, okay.
You're
I need to
fine.
go put this away.
Well, some of the people that get on the ships.
What type of drinks do we have?
Roll. When you get a chance, the captain wants you to send the data from the reactor scan you did to his quarters.
I'll go run it up to him now.
This is Argyle Cross. Chief Gunge, may I have a word with you in security?
This is Chief Gunch. I'm on my way.
Something?
Be there soon.
First and foremost, do we have a dedicated bartender?
Yes, but they're currently indisposed.
Do we have like a Bailey's or something?
I'm sure that is whatever you put your mind to. You got this.
Oh.
Anyways, back to the chism of what weapons of warfare you can make via cleaning materials.
Oh, that sort of conversation, eh?
Yeah. Did you know mixing bleach and rubbing alcohol can make chloroform?
Mm-hmm.
Nitrogen peroxide and vinegar makes a corrosive agent.
Wasn't there once an article about a woman made
I wouldn't
a
recommend it.
poison that tasted sweet and she
No,
put it in
Bailey's is really strong.
by accident?
Oh.
Bailey's?
I wouldn't really know about the one. I never really got news reports like that. Most of the stuff that I know about chemical mixtures is from my own experimenting and what my parents taught me.
Like a clean taste? Can you?
A lot of chemicals were easy to get. Actual explosives are a bit harder. Like C4.
Okay. I wasn't sure. because
Well, yes, for obvious reasons.
Visor thing.
I can eat.
Anyways. There is a way you can make it
My
though.
visor is
Like a
made
really
of
botched
nanites
version
that
of it,
absorb
but
the food
Oh, okay.
and carry it to my mouth.
a lot of things mixed together can just make chlorine gas.
So what was your name? Can you Can you drink alcohol?
I can drink it.
You wanna try some Baileys?
Let's see why not.
I think I might turn in for the night.
Understood. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Chief
night.
Mercer. Still trying to figure out how to address people.
Pretty strong.
Obviously, our chief just prefers chief.
Very creamy taste, like a really pleasant, like almost like a milkshake.
Oh. I see.
And a fan?
My systems count this as a toxin. It was immediately neutralized.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Thank you anyway.
Boring gas is highly explosive. Anyway, this has been this year's Brood Fest.
It was worth a try.
I appreciate it, Officer Tashir.
I suppose.
Alright. I also think with that, I retire for the night. Everything hurts. Which is weird, because I can't feel pain.
Oh?
Maybe I throw this out.
Right behind there, you.
Nice. Alright, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
So, I don't think we have had the pleasure of meeting Venturo Delon, and you are
Gruel,
Crawl.
engineering.
Gruel. Yes, I heard
Gruel, Grawl.
Chief Mercer mention. I'm one of the
Yes.
security officers here.
I'm going to make my last round and then go to my room as well. Good night.
Good night.
Yes. I've been just helping out where I can and getting the money when it's available.
I see. Do you think you'll find something more interesting in this ship?
Perhaps. We're only on day 2, so you never know.
From what I understand, we are to go through some unfamiliar hyperlanes to see if they can be opened and checked for use. If I'm understanding right.
You got more information than me.
More like I walked past the captain and head of security as they spoke of it.
Well, I'll probably hear tidbits of information when I can. The head of security is my bunkmate.
Ah. Well, hopefully he doesn't show his appreciation too often.
What do you mean by that? He crushed my hand barely on day 1.
Apparently in his culture, one shows appreciation by gut punch.
Lovely.
So if he ever does something great for you and you wish to show appreciation, I guess do that.
Punch him in the fucking gut.
Maybe.
Right. As much as I would like to continue, we could pick this up another day. I'm gonna do my own personal round.
Seems most are heading out for today. Nobody's at the bar right now. Most people that were there have turned in for the night.
Fair enough.
I see. We missed everyone.
Well, it was
Because
only a
we're
few
checking
people.
Medical.
Well, at the
To be
time it
fair, we
was
kinda need
only
to
a
go over
few.
that stuff.
It was mostly
Indeed.
Officer Tashir and a few others.
That's fair.
And to have to probably check over medical sheets tomorrow again. Because I'm hoping people will be turning in their medical sheets.
Mine should have been turned in
Indeed.
yesterday before I went to bed.
We check.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
we
some of
have gone over
the
it.
info. Yeah, we've gone over some of them, but some of
Yes.
them are either missing or it's like question mark, and it's like, I kind of know that.
Indeed. I believe your height and weight was missing.
Right, yes. My height is 1 meter 73 centimeters. I do not remember the last time I have weighed myself. So, sadly, I guess I would need to check that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We can check that later.
Yeah, it's just
When we do
whenever it.
more in-depth checkups.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely, you will. If you see Officer Servant, slightly shorter, hooded with a mask, you might need to either ask one of the other security personnel to ask her to submit their file, or personally ask them. They seem to be on the type that needs to be asked to do things, otherwise they will not do much.
Understood.
I believe Isn't that the one that basically the captain said something about the lines that they kind of just hide a lot?
Yes.
Will be difficult then. Annoying.
Yeah.
Well, if it's required, you can just contact security personnel, and we can contact.
It's more of like it's better if that we know in case if they get injured. Should they hurt?
Indeed, do not want to cause more harm than actually wanted to. Want to heal.
Understandable. I will bring this up with the head of security, that we shall bring it up with her at some point.
Thank you.
That'd be really much appreciated. Because, yeah, trying to find somebody that basically hides a lot is, not gonna lie, kind of hard.
Very annoying.
Well, good luck with that. I will check get security if the head of security has anything to say, or Mr. Krell. And after that, I will most likely head to bed.
Yeah,
Okay. Have good rest then.
Have a good rest of your day too, you two.
Are you heading to bed?
Oh. Excuse me. Wait, right, it's the other way around. Get them. Take nap it.
Then.
Good day, Mira. Good night, Mira. Mirai. I'll get it right eventually. Mm. I really did not think I will be remembered. Not remembered, reminded of that time so early. So quick. It doesn't matter. What matters is what I do now, and what I do next. I hope hope you liked the recording. Next time, later.